Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. I hope you got to enjoy yesterday being outside and getting to play. I was able to go to Jose's backyard and read him stories, and we sat outside for so long. It was so nice to be able to be together and enjoy the weather. Let's see who's here. Good morning, Penny. Good morning, Jair. Good morning, Jose and Emerson. Good morning, Sadie. You guys can't hear me? Good morning, Maggie. Hi, Caleb. Can you hear me? Is my sound working today? Let's see. Good morning. Let's see. I thought I had another. I guess I don't. Let's read some poems. We finished our camouflage book, and I thought I had a second one, but maybe it's at school. So let's see if we can get started today with another poem. This one's called You're Growing. And it's a long one. It's 2 pages long, and it's written pretty normally, but poems don't usually look like a book where they start at one side and go all the way over. They break up the lines so that they rhyme at the end or end at a kind of important part. So some lines are long and some lines are short. And that's what's really cool about poetry, is that you can kind of make it look and sound however you want. You don't have to follow some of the rules of maybe writing a story or a teaching book. This poem is called You're Growing. You used to creep and crawl real well, but then you learned to walk real well. There was a time you'd coo and cry, but then you learned to talk and my. You hardly ever cry and you hardly ever crawl at all. I like the way you're growing up. It's fun, that's all. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing in and out. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing all about. Your hands are getting bigger now. Your arms and legs are longer now. You even sense your insides grow. When mom and dad refuse you so, you're learning how to wait now. It's great to hope and wait somehow. I like the way you're growing up. It's fun, that's all. Hi, Elijah. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing in and out. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing all about. Your friends are getting bigger now. They're better every day somehow. You used to stay at home to play, but now you even play away. You do important things now. Your friends and you do big things now. I like the way you're growing up. It's fun, that's all. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing in and out. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing all about. Someday you'll be a grown-up too, and have some children grow up too. Then you can love them in and out and tell them stories all about the time when you were their size, the time when you found great surprise in growing up, and they will sing, it's fun, that's all. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing in and out. You're growing, you're growing, you're growing all about. And that last part is kind of talking about the life cycle of a human, when they say sometime you'll be a grown-up too and have some children grow up too. Right now you're a kid, but when you grow up and become an adult, you might have a baby, and then that baby will grow up and become an adult and go on and on and on. And you might not always notice yourself growing, but sometimes you can notice things like your hair grows really fast, or sometimes your bones feel achy. Sometimes that means that they're growing. And then all of a sudden you have to buy new clothes because your pants are too short or your shirts are too tight, and you're growing all the time. You just can't always feel it. Let's try to read one more. Remember, we are not going to fill up the box with pictures because then people cannot see. We're only going to put one picture at a time, or one word or one sentence. Please don't fill it up all the way. This one's called Some Things I Don't Understand. Some things I don't understand. Some things are scary and sad. Sometimes I even get bad when I'm mad. Sometimes I even get glad. Why does a dog have to bark? Why does an elephant die? Why can't we play all the time in the park? Why can't my pussycat fly? Why? I wonder why. Why do fire engines make noise? Why is hot water so hot? Why aren't live babies like my other toys? Why do I wonder a lot? Someday, oh someday, I'll know what to say. Someday, oh someday, I'll not have to say why. Good morning, Charlie. So sometimes when we grow up, we learn the answers to these questions. And sometimes we still don't know the answers to big questions. And that's okay too. And we keep wondering, and sometimes we figure them out, and sometimes we don't. Okay, let's practice. We're going to practice some grammar today. Remember, practicing the parts of sentences. And we've learned 2 parts so far. We learned what a noun is, and a noun, remember, can you tell me the 4 parts? The 4 things a noun can be? What are the 4 sections? A noun can be a person, a place, a thing, and an animal, right? People, places, things, and animals are all nouns, and that's usually what your sentence is about. Your sentence might be about a cat, or the beach, or your toy, or a place that you like to go and visit. We also learned what a verb is. Good morning, Zane. And a verb is the thing that happens in your sentence. And yesterday we learned that a lot of times they end with ing. Not all the times. Can you guys see me? It's so bright here today. That's better. So now I'm going to put some on the board. I'm going to write some words on the board, and I'm going to point to them, and I want you to say out loud if it's a noun or a verb. Okay? Okay, let's see. Baby. Is that a noun or a verb? Baby. It's a noun. I'm just going to put an N there, right? A baby is a person. How about sing? To sing a song, or I am singing along with my favorite music. Is that a noun or a verb? That's a verb. That's something you are doing. So you could add an ing if you're doing it right now. To put these 2 together, you can say the baby is singing. But the baby probably can't sing, but maybe the baby likes to hear singing. Then there's 2 verbs, hear and sing. How about this one, laugh, to laugh? Is that a noun or a verb? To laugh. I am laughing at that joke. It's a verb, right? Something that your body is doing. How about a bird? Is a bird a noun or a verb? Bird. You could type in your box too, either an N or a V. An N for noun or a V for verb. This one's a noun. It's an animal. Very good. Let me write some more. And this time, see if you can type N or V into your typing box. There. Okay, how about a tiger? Is a tiger a noun or a verb? Type it in there. N or V, noun or verb? It's a noun, right? An animal. How about this one? Listening. Listening. Is listening a noun or a verb? Is listening a noun or a verb? It's a verb. It's something your body is doing. Verb. Very good. How about a doctor's office? Oh boy, which way does the F go? Doctor's office. Oh, they're backwards. Rats. Really thought I had them. Is that a noun or a verb? Look here, that's the apostrophe we practiced. The office belongs to the doctor, so we need an apostrophe S. It's a noun, right? It's a place. Very good. Let's do a few more. My eraser's falling apart here. Okay, how about swimming? Swimming. Is swimming a noun or a verb? Yes, it's a verb. It's something you do. I can't wait to go swimming. It's one of my favorite parts about summer. How about an apple? Is an apple a noun or a verb? An apple is a noun. Very good. It's a thing. Nice. Okay, let's write a quick sentence. Let's see. We're going to write a sentence that has 2 nouns and 1 verb. Uh-oh. Got to glue that back together. It's kind of a short one. Let's try it. The bird is chirping in the tree. The bird is chirping in the tree. Let's see if we can write that. Think about how you start your sentence. Bird, b-er-d, bird. Think about which bossy R goes in there. I bet because you've seen this word a lot of times, you'll be able to tell if it looks right or not. Remember the choices for are I-R, E-R, or U-R. Which one do we need for bird? The bird is chirping, chirping. I'm not going to stretch it with ing because I know how to spell ing. I'm just going to start with chirp. And the sounds in chirp are ch, p, chirp. And I'll give you a hint. The sound in chirp is the same letters as the ones we are using for bird. So the sound in chirp uses the same letter for bird. Ch, p, chirp. And once you have chirp, then you can add ing, chirp ing. Ch, p, chirp ing. The bird is chirping in the tree. This is that tricky blend at the beginning, the R blend. It sounds like ch, e, but it's not chur, it's really t, e, and those sounds go together and they kind of say tur or chur. Ch, re, tree, t, e. And think about how we're going to make that E sound at the end. Are you ready? Here it is. The bird, b-er-d, bird, we used I-R, is chirping. First, let's stretch out chirp. Ch-er-p, chirp. And then we add ing, chirping in the tree. That TR can be a tricky sound because it sounds like ch, but it's really tur. Very good. Okay, everybody. Let's practice some addition like we were practicing yesterday. Practicing regrouping, adding two two-digit numbers. That's some big kid stuff. Okay, let's practice. Let's do 91 plus 19. Look, they have the same numbers, but they're very different because this number 91 has 9 tens and 1 1, and this number 19 has only 1 10 and 9 ones. Okay, let me move it down a little bit because we need room at the top. 91 plus 19. Today I'm going to do it a little bit different today so that you can see what we're doing with the tens and ones. So remember, when we're adding up and down like this, we add the ones first. These numbers are the ones if we were to draw it. So I am going to draw it to help you see what we're doing. So 91 has 1 1 and 19 has 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know that 9 plus 1, if I move this one over here, now I have a whole group of 10, right? So the 10s can't stay here where the 1s are. And 10, we write like this, which means 1, 10, and 0 ones. So the 0 goes here. And now I put another 10 over here. So if I'm drawing, now I have 9 tens plus 1 10 plus 1 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, they're running together. And then I still have 2 more 10s. So here are my 9 tens, and then I have 1 more 10 plus another 10. So here's my 100, and now I have 2 more 10s. You see? So I have 9, 10. Oh, wait a second. Let me start this over so we can have a better picture here. So I already put my ones together to get a new 10, right? So I put the ones here. This makes 10. So the 0 is here for 10 and the 1 is over here. Now I have to add 9 plus 1 plus 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, and 10 plus 1 is 11. That means we have 11 groups of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So the problem looks like this. We have now 10 groups of 10 and 1 extra 10, but no ones left over. We turned these ones into a group of 10. So we have 110. Very good. Let's try a few more. I know this is tricky, but we're going to give it a try. Okay, let's try some smaller numbers. Let's try 45 plus 36. 45 plus 36. So I'm going to draw them again. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay. So when I add, I'm adding these two numbers first, 5 plus 6, or I can switch them, 6 plus 5, right? And I can use these here to count if I need to. I see 5 plus 5 is 10, and 10 plus 1 more is 11. So here's a group of 10, all these ones. So I put the 1 that's left over here, and now I have to move this 10 over here. And now I can count them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or I can look over here and I know that 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So I have 81. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 81. Very good. Nice job. Are you getting the hang of it a little bit? At school, we would practice this with our tens and ones so that we could see it and we would move things around. But we all know we're just doing the best we can with what we have. And what we have is being able to draw. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try 28 plus 64. 28 plus 64. Okay. Let's try to do it just by adding. Okay. We're not going to draw the picture this time. So when I'm adding like this, I start with the ones. And I'm going to add 8 plus 4. So I put 8 in my brain and count on 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in the number 12, the 2 is in the ones place. So it goes here. And then I carry the 1 over here. So I still have 12, 1, 2. But now they're in the right sections with the tens and the ones. Now I have to add up the tens. I'm always going to start with the biggest number because that's just easier for me. So I'm going to add 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 8 plus 1 more is 9. So you have 92. But guess what? If this is too complicated for you right now, this is something you're going to practice a lot in second grade. Just like we learned with the graham cracker problem, we don't all have to solve the problem the same way. So if you're having a hard time adding up and down right now, you should just draw a picture. You should draw 28, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, plus 64. 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Now I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those two to go together to make 10. So now I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. What happened here? I must not have drawn my picture right. See, this is why we double check. Look at what I did. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I didn't draw enough tens. I needed another one because I counted 3 times to double check and I kept getting 82. That's why it's important that mathematicians check, because then I had to check, wait, is this one wrong or is this one wrong? And then I realized I didn't have all the parts of the picture that I needed. I only drew 5 tens. So even when you know something and you've done it a lot of times, you can still make mistakes, and double checking helps us to figure out where we went wrong. So now I can count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92. Good job. Let's try another one. This time I'm going to give you a little time, and I want you to try it at home, whichever way, up or down or drawing, whichever is easier for you. Let's try 77. Let's try 77 plus, oh man, I gotta fix this eraser. 77 plus 49. 77 plus 49. How are you going to solve this at home? It's up to you. You can add tens and ones and put the ones here and carry the tens over. You could draw 77 in tens and ones and 49 in tens and ones. Give it a try. Then we'll double check it. We'll try it 2 ways. Okay. 77 plus 49. So you're thinking 9 plus 7, 9 and count on 7. Put the 1s here and the 10s here. Then 7 plus 4 plus that number. Let's see. Okay, let's give it a try. So if I'm going to add up and down, I see some answers coming in. Nice job. Okay, so I'm going to add 9 plus 7. So I put 9 in my head and count on 7. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I put the 6 underneath and the 1 over here. 16. It's still there. Now I have to do 7 plus 4 plus 1. I'm going to add them in that order from biggest to smallest. 7 plus 4, I know 7 plus 3 is 10, so 7 plus 4 is 11. And then I still have to add 1 more, so I have 12. 1, 2, 126. Very good. I see a lot of you have that. Awesome. Let's draw a picture over here just to double check. So I'm going to draw 77, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. Now I'm going to draw 49. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So let me, oh, look. So I have 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 2 5s here. So I can count them as a 10. Now I count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126. Bing, 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 bing. You got it. Nice job. Kiss your brains. You guys are quite the skilled mathematicians. Okie dokie. Let's learn a little bit more about animals and how they go about protecting themselves. So we talked about a few things this week so far. Can you say some of the ones you remember? What's one way animals can protect themselves? We talked about 4 ways. Think if you can share 1 or 2. We know that they use camouflage, which means their body and the coloring of their body blends in with their habitat, so it's hard for them to see. Some of them build homes like beaver dams and prairie dog tunnels that they can slip right into so that they can be seen. Some are copycats, like those snakes that we saw, where they have the same colors and almost the same stripes, but the one of them is venomous and one is not. And then some have those fake eye spots where they open up their wings or a part of their body and it makes it look like they have these big eyes. So a predator thinks that it's a much bigger animal than it actually is. Today we're going to learn about how mommy and daddy animals start protecting their babies from very young, and some animals have very cool kinds of eggs. Now, when you're a baby, you're protected in your mom's stomach. You have to grow up in a safe place with all of the things and nutrients you need to grow up, and you're inside your mom's body, and that helps you grow. Well, lots of baby animals grow up inside an egg with a protective shell that keeps them safe on the inside until they're big enough to be able to survive outside their eggs. So this book is pretty cool, and it shows us how different animals lay their eggs. Let me just look in this book really quick. Sometimes you got to go back and forth. Nope. I thought there might be an introduction. Guess what's growing inside this egg? Can you guess what's here? This egg sits snugly on its father's feet. He warms it with his body's heat. Under his feathered belly, it's cozy and warm, safe from the icy Arctic storm. Can you guess what's growing inside this egg? Maybe you can find the emoji. What is this? It's a pretty big egg. A penguin. Look at that baby penguin. The baby penguin, or chick, lives in Antarctica, one of the coldest and windiest places on Earth. When it is hatched, its mother returns from the sea to help care for it. Now its father needs to hunt for food. He hasn't eaten in 2 months in the time that he's cared for his egg. The mother and father penguin take turns holding the little chick on their feet to keep it warm, and going to the sea to hunt for fish and squid to feed it. Once it grows waterproof feathers, the chicks will be able to swim and hunt on their own. Very good. Look at all those penguins. So the mama lays the egg, and then the father sits on it for 2 months, and they have this kind of like pouch that can cover it up to keep it warm. And he stays there for 2 months until the mama she has to go far away to be able to find food. And she gets herself enough food so that she can come back and take care of the baby. And then the dad goes out and he goes to get food. Talk about some teamwork there. What about these? It says, this mound of dirt and sticks piled high makes a safe nest for these eggs to lie. Predators of the swamp had better keep back. This sharp-toothed mother will attack. Can you guess what's in these eggs? Here are some clues I heard. Swamp and sharp-toothed. What animal lives in a swamp with sharp teeth? I think there might be a clue here too. Can you guess what's in here, in these eggs? Did you guess an alligator or a crocodile? You were right. The baby alligators will grow to be 9 feet or more long. They spend most of their time in the swamp water, floating on the surface or diving below like a submarine. They use their long tails as paddles to push themselves through the water. They hunt for birds, turtles, snakes, and fish to eat. Alligators cannot chew their food. They grab their prey with their strong jaws and swallow it whole. Listen to that one more time. Look at all these big teeth. And then listen to this. Alligators cannot chew their food. What? That's all we use our teeth for, basically. They grab their prey with their strong teeth and swallow it whole. Oh my Lanta. Isn't that wild? So these teeth are not for chewing. Our teeth we use them to mash things up. The ones in the back, they're flat, so they mash up our food so it gets smaller and we can swallow it. Our teeth in the front kind of tear things off. But these teeth don't do any of those things. These teeth are basically just for holding something still so that he can swallow it whole. Holy guacamole. Let's see what's in here. Can you guess what's in here? Tall lakeshore reeds help hide the nest where these legs lie under their mother's breast. What could it be? I know that the word, it says their mother's breast. And I know that when I go to the store, I can buy a chicken breast or a turkey breast. So I bet it's a kind of bird. And I also see all these feathers here. What do you think could be in here? Ducklings! Oh, look at how cute they are. As soon as their feathers are dry, they will be able to follow their mother to the nearby lake. The brother and sister ducklings walk in a line, one after the other. Ducklings do not need swimming lessons. They are born already knowing how to swim. With their webbed feet, they paddle through the water, and soon they learn to feed on worms, water plants, and insects just below the water's surface. Good guessing, everybody. Look at this one. I see a moon, some crashing waves, and I can't tell what this is, if it's a rock or maybe it's a part of the animal. Let's see. Their mother crawled from sea to land to bury these soft eggs in the sand. So this mother's protecting her eggs 2 times, her babies 2 ways. The babies are born inside the eggs, that's already protecting them, and then she buries them, covers them up so that they're hidden. What do you think is in there? She came from the sea and she crawled out on land. So it's an animal that has to be able to swim and come on land. So I know it can't be something like a dolphin. A dolphin can't be on the shore. But I know things like alligators go in and under the water, and turtles come in and out of the water. And what else could it be? We've learned about amphibians. What do you think? Sea turtles. Sea turtles are some of my favorite animals. These tiny baby turtles hatch under the sand. They use their flippers to push themselves up to the surface of the beach, leaving the nest at night. They must find their way to the water on their own. It is a dangerous journey as crabs and birds like to eat the tiny turtles. Once they have made it safely to the ocean, the baby turtles swim far out to sea and feed on small sea animals called plankton. As they grow, they begin to feed on larger things such as jellyfish and seaweed. When the female sea turtles are grown, they will return to the beach to lay their own eggs. If you get a chance, you should look on YouTube, a video on YouTube of sea turtles hatching. It's so cute. They come out of the sand and they've got these little flippers and they scurry to the water. It's so cute. And what's cool about them is they will come back to the same beach to have their babies. And they don't have a phone to get them directions, and they swim all over the ocean, but they remember where they were born and they go back to that same beach to lay their eggs. Animals are amazing, I'll tell you. Ooh, what about this one? It says, this round sack of silk thread is packed full of tiny eggs. Their mother spun it with her 8 long legs. Oh, that's a good clue. If you've ever seen Charlotte's Web or read it, you'll recognize this. Spiders. Ooh, look at all those spiders. Hundreds of baby spiders called spiderlings hatch from their eggs inside the egg sac. Then they tear open the sac and crawl out. Like their mother, the spiderlings have 8 legs. They also have 8 eyes, but they do not see very well. Each spiderling must find a new home. It sends out a thread of silk from its body into the air and lets the wind catch it. The wind carries the tiny spiderling away until it lands in a new place where it will build its web. This is called parachuting. The spider's web traps insects for it to eat. Whoa, look at all those spiders. Whoa, look at these. I've never seen eggs like that before. Let's see what this says. Hidden in a rocky cave deep beneath the ocean waves, their mother wraps her long eggs around to keep these eggs safe and sound. Can you tell by some of these clues here? Let's see. Those are very interesting eggs. They're octopuses. Yeah. You can actually see the baby octopuses inside their eggs. They are only about the size of 1 grain of rice when they hatch, but they are able to take care of themselves. These tiny octopuses float in the water, feeding on plankton. When they grow bigger, they use their 8 arms called tentacles to catch crabs, fish, and clams. The octopuses hide from predators by changing their color to look just like the sand or rocks around them. We read that before, right? The baby octopuses grow quickly. In about 1 or 2 years, they will be full grown. So it takes you maybe 18 years to be full grown. It takes an octopus only 2 years. And then this picture is kind of cool. It tells you the actual size of their egg. So this is how big my hand is, so you can see how big they really are. This is how big a penguin's egg is. So about the size of my hand. Look at that octopus egg. Look how tiny it is. It's not even as big as my fingernail. I could probably fit 10 of them on there. This is a sea turtle's egg. Look how round it is. This is a duck egg right here. An alligator egg, and look at this spider egg. Look at how tiny it is. It's like the size of a period in a sentence. And here's what it looks like inside a duck egg. This is what it looks like after 4 days. After 10 days, there's a little embryo starting to form. After 14 days or 2 weeks, now we can see a wing and a beak, and here's the 26th day. It's ready to come out. All right, very good. So one way animals protect themselves even before they're born is to be incubated in an egg to keep them nice and safe. Okay, everybody, I will see Elijah, Leo, Jose, Jair, Zane, and Liam in about 15 minutes for our small group. And then I'll see everybody else at 1 o'clock. If you have a story that you're working on, please bring it. I'd love to see it. Okay? Bye, everybody.